This is not for the faint-hearted. Lifting your bike up here definitely gets your heart going. This is the A2 at Rochester, going over the River Medway, and you can see on the right hand side the Eurostar, which is going through to Ashford and on to Paris. Track for the Eurostar. This is the UK rail speed record, 334.7 kilometers an hour, 208 miles per hour. That it did over this Medway viaduct. It was a new record on the 30th of July 2003. Area I don't really know anything about. Cobham and Cuxton's countryside. So we're in the bottom right hand corner, and for the time being I'm not sure where my footpath has gone, but I will find it in a minute. It's North Downs Way. You have to look really closely. Gorgeous. The woods, footpaths, the countryside, the weather. You can see another Kent hop house there in the distance. It really is idyllic here. It's beautiful. I mean, it's not gravel, but it's dry now. There's the cows, lovely cows, open countryside. This is beautiful. I mean, this reminds me of the Surrey hills. Absolutely spectacular. Look at that. Absolutely spectacular view. It looks just like Newlands Corner. It's beautiful. I mean, I'm going to walk it. I could cycle it, but it seems a little bit disrespectful for people, really, because it is such a footpath. The stretches I will ride. Main thing is to keep the bike with me so that when I want to turn home I can get back to the road, but I'm going to walk back for it. So I can actually cover more ground today taking the bike. And the law says that if it's a public footpath you shouldn't really ride your bike on it. Of course, most of the time it doesn't really matter, but if you're ever really challenged, I mean, you should really get off, unless it's a cycle route. There's no law against walking a footpath and pushing your bike. There's actually been legal cases on that. There's been a legal case on that, and walking a push bike qualifies as walking on a footpath, so you're within the bounds of the law. Talking about legal things, The law at the moment on exercise in this country is, as long as you're not supposed to go out from your house, there's various exclusions, and one of them is for exercise, but it doesn't say for how long or how far you go, or even how many times you go, even though government ministers are saying it shouldn't be for more than 1 hour and it should be close to your house, but that's not what the actual legislation says. And in any case, as long as you're social distancing, as you can see, there's hardly any people here at all. There really is no problem, is there? I mean, what is the difference between me sitting in my garden or walking through this field? I'm on my bike, so I'm not going on public transport unnecessarily. I'm not driving my car unnecessarily. Is this essential? Well, I think it is essential. If I don't do this, I think I'll go crazy. Definitely a footpath, not a bike path, but you can still walk your bike. This is a really old bridge. I'm going to walk to Luddles Down, I think the place is called. Guy told me down there it's the most beautiful stretch of the walk, so I'm really looking forward to it. Now we're going to go through the woods. North Downs Way so far is like this. It's a very clear path. It's walked very regularly, so you can see the clear path there through the cornfield, and it's clearly signposted so far. Look at the size of these fields these days. Absolutely huge as far as the eye can see, this cornfield. And then there's the sign. We go back into the woods to continue our walk. Now these gates are a bit tricky with the bike. Obviously you can't get the bike through there, it's deliberate. You don't want cyclists coming through here really, so you just have to lift your bike over. It's not too bad, but when you've got a loaded bike with a lot of equipment, it could be a bit tricky, so you'd have to take off the bags. I can just about do it, but I did whack myself with my handlebars the first time, but hey, I survived. Now it feels like for the first time I'm on the top of the downs. That's what those steps were, getting up from the field onto the top of the downs. North Downs is like a chalk layer that cuts out right across most of England, and from the top you can see for miles. So on the left hand side in a minute I'm hoping to get a huge view of the Weald. It's called the Kent Weald, I think, so I'm looking forward to that. Meanwhile, you can see the beautiful bluebells, and just through the trees you can see it is opening up over there, which will be the view over the whole of Kent. Out of one wood before going to another one, but you can still cycle on this short grass, it's no problem. It does help keep the mileage up, otherwise it would be quite a slow walk, even though it's lovely. But I've got about 8 miles to get to Great Buckland, and that's as far as I can think I can really go today, because don't forget I've got to cycle back from there at the end. So anyway, all good so far. So it's time for a bit of refreshment. It's been like almost 5 hours since I've been on the go, so I think I deserve at least half my lunch now, even though it's only 11 o'clock. So I'm leaving the North Downs Way here, near Great Buckland Farm, somewhere near there, and now I'm heading back to the road, so I'll cycle back on the road and pick it up some other time. And that was really great fun.